It's springtime in Scotland, which means that the moment has arrived for one of the country's national pastimes. And no, I'm not talking about drinking whiskey, listening to bagpipe music, or scaring tourists with big swords. I'm referring to the world-famous haggis-hunt. A haggis is a small, hill-dwelling beast that's about the size of what Britons would call a soccer ball. Scots have been hunting them since before the invention of history, seeking both their meat and their multicolored fur, which is used to create kilts and floppy hats. As it turns out though, hunting a haggis isn't as simple as it might seem. This is because they've evolved to have one set of legs shorter than the other, which allows them to sprint around the hillsides where they live. In order to combat this natural advantage, I knew I'd need some expert tactics, which is why I turned to a real-life Scotsman for help.
Well, there are a few steps involved for hunting your haggis. First of all, we will need to address your attire, your look just here. You see, your haggis can usually pick up these sorts of shades and this lack of patterns, so really what you want to be dressed in is tartan.
That's like plaid, right?
Aye, yeah. Now, the other thing we, of course, need to address is your smell as well, the musk, the odour. What we should really douse you in is whiskey.
Douse myself in scotch.
Yeah, aye. Of course, there are a couple more steps. You're going to want to make sure as well that you can actually call the haggis to you.
Haggis call?
The haggis call. And actually, I wrote it down for you here. So what you want to do is just shout this out at the top of your lungs whilst you're hunting.
Ha-mi-gorach. Ha-mi... Am I saying this right at all?
Aye, close enough, yeah.
Tartan, scotch, and the haggis call. I think I'm good to go.
Just about. But of course, you're not going to be killing the thing with your bare hands now, are you?
I guess not.
No. You need your classic haggis hunting weapon.
Hunting weapon. What's the haggis hunting weapon?
A claymore.
The scotch and the tartan would be easy, but the claymore might pose a challenge. Fortunately, the word didn't refer to the anti-personnel mine. Claymore is derived from the Gaelic phrase cléire mór, meaning more than clay. It refers to swords that literally grow out of old rocks, much like the legendary Sword in the Stone. In order to find such a specific weapon, I knew I'd need to go to one of the most famous and ancient places in all of Scotland, Arthur's Seat. This is the dormant volcano where Scottish swords are grown. The ascent is treacherous, but if you're lucky, you'll find a brand new weapon waiting for you at the top. Taking my sword in my hand represented a moment of triumph, and the last piece I needed before making my way to the haggis hunting grounds. Well, I have my scotch, I have my claymore, and I'm wearing my tartan. The only thing that's left is to find those haggis. Right now, all we're seeing is sheep, but with that haggis call I've been taught, our hunt should be successful. Now to prepare. I had been running across the hillsides all day, but I hadn't seen a single haggis. Clearly, I was doing something wrong, so it was back to the real-life Scotsman for more advice.
Yep. Well, I mean, you're going about this all wrong, I'm afraid. Literally all wrong, because you're going the wrong way, you understand?
The wrong way?
Yeah, because it's spring, and spring is widdershin season, you understand. All the haggis, they end up going the other way in widdershin season.
Oh. Yeah. It turns out that there are actually two different species of haggis. Deosil haggis always run clockwise, whereas widdershin's haggis always run counterclockwise. Since I had been going in the wrong direction, the haggis had been able to outrun me. I would have to go back and try again. There were still no haggis to be seen. It was obvious that a new approach was necessary. Well, I may not have caught one of my own, but I did participate in the world-famous haggis hunt. And I didn't come away empty-handed. Tonight, I'll dine on haggis. Actually, I wonder, is it widdershins or deosil? Is haggis a real animal?